In my videos, I usually discuss and read to you from older material, sometimes way back like 30 or 40 years ago, because it's so pertinent for today, and there's so much of it that I bring it forward and I read some of it and then I discuss it. But with this video, I'm going to be discussing what I received about 2 weeks ago as I was doing a consultation for a dear friend of mine. Some of this came through and I was really amazed by it, and I wanted to flesh it in a little more, so I went to Thoth later and asked him for more information on it. So to begin with, I wrote some of this down to start me off on this topic. It begins with the resurrection of Jesus, which is where we sort of left off on the last video I made on the solar initiation. As the body of Yeshua, or Yeshua, Jesus, was reclaimed by the Holy Spirit, so his soul enjoined the flesh, and the body was raised to the state of pure illumination and charged with a jolt of fire from the solar atoma of the hollow earth. In that micro moment, so the Christic flame, now once again within that body, sent the signal of awakening into the 144,000 star suns of this hollow universe, breaking open the seals of the 27 world frequencies which had been held in suspension for many billions of Earth years, since before the physical Earth was formed. As these 24 world frequencies were quickened, so they gave utterance to the sonic frequency of the Word, the logos of life, to darkened states in the terror of the universal Eye of Ra within Orion. How was this possible? The Earth is positioned intentionally on a powerful quickening node in our hollow universe. It is the throne of Rex Mundi. This video I have on Rex Mundi, I will place a link to it in the information box below. Through the connection of the body of Yeshua, quickened to the state of the pure gem, the Christic signal from the interior sun atoma leaped in quantum through the throne or heart of Rex Mundi. This sent the signal onward into the entire matrix of 144,000 star suns. The 27 sealed world frequencies are of the universal creatrix, which were silenced many eons before the planet Earth's formation due to intrusion into the original flame pattern of dimensional resonance within the creatrix. As Yeshua resurrected his body into the pure gem state and into the Christic eighth octave of manifestation, so it drew a path likened unto a flaming sword up the Sephirot of worlds and opened the generation gate into the 27 world frequencies, bringing into brilliant flame the Pons Liminous of the star neuron brain of this holographic triplex universe. From Wiki, the Pons of the human brain is defined as a part of the brainstem that in humans and other bipeds lies inferior to the midbrain, superior to the medulla oblongata, and anterior to the cerebellum. To continue with Thoth, it is seen in the ancient esoteric as the jewel atop the staff of Osiris, for its cosmic counterpart is to be found in the Orion Nebula. Now, I would like to pause here in what I wrote to talk about this. I'm showing you here Danny Wilton's diagram of the brain, and I want to just point out some things here. Danny Wilton's videos are amazing, by the way, and you can find them on YouTube. I only discovered him a few years ago, really, and I was just blown away with how his work connects to mine in certain ways, especially about the Orion Nebula and all of that. So in this diagram, or these diagrams, you can see here of Danny's, he's equating parts of the human brain with the Orion Nebula. And this is just amazing how it fits. Thoth has been telling me for so many years the deep connection between the human body, the human being, the planet Earth, and Orion, but most especially the Orion Nebula. So I'm just going to give you a few moments to look at this. I'm not going to try to go into it deeply, but you can get the idea. And you can see where the Pons is located, in the brain and in the nebula. In this recent crop circle created in the UK, reported on July 25th of 2023, you see the 27 world frequency spheres around a central 28th, which is the Pons Liminous activation. Look carefully inside the central 28th sphere, and you will see an outline of the human brain on its brainstem, inclusive of the Pons. The Pons becomes the Pons Luminous when activated in resurrection mode. It is the manifestation of the electrifying signal that is sent from the Pons into other key components of the brain. The Pons becomes the Pons Luminous in the human being when the flashpoint is achieved in the ascension of each ensouled human being at the time of light principle 40, that quantum flash when the being arises from the third dimensional tomb into the fourth, fifth, and sixth dimensional realms of the new Earth star. The 27 world frequency spheres are duplicated from the Holo universe into the Adam Kadmon human living template in order for the acceleration of the DNA to take place. While it begins in the human form, so it will then be triggered in the animal and plant kingdoms as well. For the two latter are under the evolutional aegis of the human being. What this is all revealing to us is that the miracles that Jesus performed in his lifetime, while he was invested with the Christic flame, a combination of things, the archangelic Christic being, the sun spirit of divine formation and creatrix, and I would imagine other particulars that were involved in this very special formula that entered his being. While he was invested with that, he was able to perform these miracles. However, he said, all this you can do and more if you but believe. So, if we stripped away the archangelic being and all of these other special entity forces within him, you could still do it. Because belief leads to true gnosis, and gnosis is the absolute 0 point, a connection to your spiritual being. This leads further, though, because if we can activate the Pons into the Pons Luminous, which we will be doing, those of us incarnated on the earth at the time of Light Principle 40, we will experience that ascension modality, which is the resurrection and ascension. Resurrection is part of ascension. You have to resurrect the form. Now, we won't, I say we, whoever's alive at that time will be alive and not dead when this happens. However, the keynote here is that when this whole process takes place, we literally have to die to the old to receive the new. So there is a resurrection process involved to connect us to the ascension. And those even without a body that are in the spirit world, so to speak, of this earth paradigm will have to go through some kind of a resurrection process as well. Resurrection is not a clear-cut thing. It's not, well, you have this body, the soul left it, and now the soul's going to come back and resurrect it. That's only a peripheral. There are all kinds of components involved that can be a resurrection principle outside of the body in other realms as well. Just the fact that we have the ability to create the Liminous out of the Pons, and we aren't master beings yet, signifies that basically the sky's the limit, because we are developing this awareness and this physicality of a higher nature right now as we are engaging this concept. So how do the 27 world frequency spheres fit into this picture for us as human beings? This is central to what Thoth has been speaking to me about for a long time, and that is that we affect our universe. This is a holographic universe. It's real, but it's a holograph. We are all swimming in this marvelous sea together. While in our current reality we face so many challenges, disasters, tragedies, it is difficult for us to see the sunlit shore, but it is there. We must offer ourselves to that experience of resurrection from the depths, from the gloom, into the light of this new experience, because as we do this, so we make the way for the others, for many others, more than we realize, not just on this planet Earth. Remember, we are the people of the Pons Luminous and all the other components of the spiritualized body and being.